Hello everybody at home, my name is Chiptroid. I'm a amateur beginner pixel artist coming to you live tonight, right now. Thanks for joining. Welcome in everybody, welcome in Journoid, thanks for being here. Tonight's gonna be a little different than last stream, so let's just jump right into it. So, last time, we were playing around with the Pokemon Fire Red art style, and we made a couple dudes here, a couple OCs. Hello, bro, the boss, thanks for being here. We are so back, this is true. This is certified true. Last time we made a little Link, a little Zelda, which I'm extremely proud of. But tonight, we're actually going to be working on one of my projects. You can see it in the reference up there. This is currently what my cozy horror game side project looks like, but I think it needs a bit of an upgrade. So we're going to go in, we're going to work on the tile set here, maybe make some new floorboards. It's supposed to be creepier than this. I want to give Haunted Mansion, as you can see on my reference board here. This is art which I adore. This totally encapsulates the vibe of what I'm going for here. We got some stills from The Sims, from their creepy life and death pack, so we're gonna try to be pulling some inspiration from that. There's going to be lots of green, a little bit of red maybe. As you can see, I also have a metric ton of stills I snagged from Home Alone because I do love the color palette they were working with. I'll show you earlier, I actually made one that kind of resembles this pattern in the back already. And yeah, so welcome in, welcome in. Let's give this bad boy an upgrade. If you're watching on YouTube, you're gonna see a thumbnail a little something like this. Yeah, no, the Home Alone grabs have been really helpful so far. That house is crazy the more you look at it. The wallpaper, the amount of color in this place, like... Hold on, I'm going back. This hallway alone, you got this crazy thing, which I would also love to replicate for my tile set. We got this back here. We got solid green in the third room over. Absolutely wild build. Bro, I mean this in the sincerest way possible. Your voice is different than imagined. I also do have a little cold. I'm a little sicky, so forgive me for that. But yeah, this is B. This is the Chiptroid voice that I've always had and always will, except for when I'm healthier, because then I will sound a little less gross. Boop. Any hoozle. Yeah, like I was saying, if you're watching on YouTube, thumbnail's gonna look a little something like this I whipped together. The idea is that when it looks like this, I'm gonna be working on my little horror game. And then when it looks like this, like it did the other day, this will be more like the how-to, work-along, tips and tricks kind of look with my little PNG tuber there. But today, it's looking like this. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh yeah, I wanted to give y'all a little sneaky peeky of what exactly these characters look like. So this is our main character right here. This is Paige. The idea of the game is you run through this haunted house and you spot ghosts and ghouls and demons and all sorts of things. And you can banish them with, this book right here. So you pull out this book, spot the ghost, hit the button, ghost goes away, and then you just have to like survive a time limit. It's kind of inspired by Observation Duty, all those like all those games where you have to spot anomalies and weird things, kind of like that. I would love to get a lot done this year so that I can get back to my main project, Woodsy Whatnots. If you don't know, I'm making 2 games. My main magnum opus is an RPG inspired by Paper Mario, which I will be getting back to soon. And this is my side project. Boop. About a cute, oh, Observation Duty is so fun looking. I love watching people play that. Yeah, it's super easy to get into and just like stare at the screen to see like what something changed. It's really great to play or watch in a group as well, which is something I kind of want to capture. So, this is how the game's looking right now. In engine, it's a lot more gray box than this, but basically all of these little items have haunted states, and you run around, and whenever one becomes haunted, you pull out your little book, and you go, bup, and it goes away, and bish bosh boosh. You just need to survive the night, basically. That's the idea, that's the pitch. Woodsy development soon. Soon, I hope. I would love to build like my levels on stream for Woodsy. How scary will the game be? Not too scary. There's gonna be some creepy creatures that can show up, but they're all gonna kind of look like this. They're cute little... I do have one if I keep scrolling down, but I don't want to give too much away yet. They're not too creepy. It's kind of, woo, did you say the name? I didn't of the side project because I'm still torn between two different titles. I think I know what I'm gonna go with, but lips are shut. Thank you, appreciate it. I've been bouncing back and forth between 2 different titles, but I'm pretty sure what I know what I'm gonna settle with. Anywho, what was I saying? Diddly. Oh yeah, it's gonna be about maybe a little bit scarier than Scooby-Doo is the idea. It's gonna be kind of cute. There's blood. I mean, there's cartoonish blood, and a fair amount of it. But I guess it depends what kind of person you are. This is another character. I figured I'd give a little sneaky. This is Justin here. He's gonna be another unlockable dude with his own abilities and all that. And gonna scroll by, so not too many spoilers. But you can also pull out the book. Boop. So you can banish stuff as well. And he's just a lanky dorky dude. I just finished there, so I have to run a few side quests now. Gonna go on lurk mode. Thank you very much, Chiptroid. Enjoy your side quests. Enjoy your night. I know the stream is a little bit later than I did last time. We're gonna be testing exactly if that works or not. People don't mind staying up late with me because I usually do work fairly late, but if earlier is the way for the audience, then earlier will just be how it has to be. So yeah, I guess we can jump right into it. Just go through my tabs here. Whoa, jump scare, other characters. Whoa. Great. So this is what I was working on yesterday night. I was messing around with a few different looks. The reason the stream is going to be a little different is because I know less about what I'm doing compared to last one, where we made the cute characters. I know how to make these guys, I was pretty confident, but this time we're going to be kind of figuring it out live together. So this is one wallpaper I made. I think it's pretty successful at what I'm trying to do, kind of like a soul sand thing, where you can see there's a very subtle skull within the walls, but that was just one attempt. As well, there's some creepy bricks. I'll show you these guys. What I'm doing here is I'm just highlighting with the old marquee tool. Just highlighting like that. In Aseprite, you can hit Command B and you get a brush, so it lets you paint your texture. Or if you hit the paint bucket, then you can just paint the whole screen with it. So that's another way to see your tiles tiling. This one came out pretty good with the worn brick look. The repeated shines are maybe not the best looking, but when you're zoomed out, I think that's accomplishing what it needs to. Bro, the boss says, that's nifty. Thank you. Thank you very much. Aseprite is super useful for this kind of thing. Just because it has a lot of tiling tools built in. I usually just kind of make a little square and make it work myself, but there's lots of tools to do this. So this is another one. Kind of more like a floor tile with a bit of a shine on it. Also kind of works. So we're going to be making a few like these as the goal tonight. Because I just want to up the kind of the quality of the rooms and the floors, stuff like that, so that it looks good. I would like it to look good. Here's another one. Boop, boop. That one's really loud, so might need some tweaking, but like I was saying before, I can find it on my little reference tab here. Inspired by the Home Alone bathroom, where I kind of thought those were birds, and then I decided, well, they're gonna be birds for this wallpaper. So this would be like a bathroom tile kind of thing. So let's see here on exactly what we want to accomplish. Whoops, it's my thumbnail. I can probably close that now, but... see here. I would love to make kind of a pattern like this with yellow wall and these roses, but the yellow is really hard to find exactly the shade I want. So like if we color picked from this, yeah, okay, I'm gonna close that now because we color picked from this. Oh, actually, did I already? No, it's a little more saturated. Oh no, my music is cut out already. Fantastic. Boom, music back. Alright, like I was saying, I love this artwork. Major inspo for the game vibes, so I've color picked from the wall here. And you can see it's a little more saturated than what I had, so maybe that's worth trying. There's a lot of ugly attempts in here, and I look at a lot of ugly placeholders. Feel free to ignore. But also some pretty good ones, I think. Yeah, I think this yellow could be pretty good. The question is finding a decent green that can go over top of it that's not too flashing. So, how do I want to run this? Typically, I try to find like one good pattern that I would like to loop. And then hopefully it'll tile nicely. So, for example, this little portion right here, I could do kind of a swoop, swoop, and we could go to my color palette I have stored over here on hand. And this might be a trust the process kind of situation because it might look ugly for a little while. Got my preview just so I can see it. Preview window is my secret weapon so I can see the tile zoomed out while I work on it up close. So my eyes are usually down here, even though my mouse is over here. Okay, so big flower like this. Maybe a little one. Oh. And there. That's looking pretty good. I'm just recreating the leaf shapes that I'm kind of seeing loosely. I don't want to copy too much exactly, but just kind of get a general flow. A similar vibe. And usually these 1 pixel, you could call them orphan pixels or stray pixels, are discouraged, but so far I've been finding with making tile sets, it's not too bad just to add a little bit of detail, like on the bird here. I see the vision. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully it will come together shortly, so I don't start doubting myself, because sometimes I'll be working on one tile and it's just not getting there. So half the battle is just fighting your mental state. But yeah, like I was saying, these little 1 pixel details, when they start tiling, just, you know, kind of gives it a nice little patterned look. So I'm gonna be doing lots of these little speckles. Let's see. On there's another flower up here. And then it kind of bumps down a bit. Got a few loose petals, which we could try. Go. Little leaves. And maybe a big one at the end. I like that shape that took at the end. It kind of looks really organic. And then if I was really cool, I could link the top of this to the bottom, and then it would perfectly tile over and over. Get rid of this ugly pink arrow. I just scribbled that on there so I could point at the ones I wanted to work on, but we'll get to that. So yeah. One thing I could do is just have it link here. Copy and paste this and bring it straight down so that I know exactly where it comes out. And then I'm not sure, maybe just like this. Put some little petals again. There we go. So we've added some petals onto the bottom. What else does this need? In the reference, it's sort of being cradled by the leaves, what with how roses are. So we could try and incorporate that. We could do like the inside of the rose with the negative space color. Or I could do that in a dark red, maybe. Snag that from down there. It's not bad, but it might not be noticeable enough. We could use it for like detailing instead. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of trialing and erroring as well. Back to the screenshot. Color pick the shadow color as well. It's kind of like a very dull pink, but maybe we could bring that up a little bit. Maybe too much. My mouse is just going into this bottom corner. Down here. Oops. Down here to mess with the hue. We can lighten it up. Hard to tell if that's gonna look ugly or not. Maybe we'll come back to that. Yeah, I'm liking something like this. Add some simple shading. Might work, might not. Try to do the inside of this flower a little bit. Not loving how that's looking yet. Maybe it's just too much of the dark red, and we should be more sparing with it. Alright, let's, this is early, but we'll do an early test here. So, highlight it in Aseprite with the marquee tool. And then we can hit Command B, and we'll be able to paint it. Or we can hit the paint bucket and go like that. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. It looks a little bit gross zoomed all the way out, but that's not too bad. It links up perfectly. Over and over and over. Yeah, okay. So the flowers need a lot more love, obviously, but I'm liking how that's looking. Very good, very good. And thank you to everybody at home watching on both YouTube and Twitch. This is my second ever broadcast, so still figuring out exactly how it all works. But it's been fun so far. Going grocery shopping right now, and also it looks good. Okay, enjoy the grocery shopping. Pick yourself out a nice treat. That's my favorite part. In fact, that's the only part I do like about grocery shopping, so enjoy. Okay. I covered up my reference a little bit. Yeah, question is, does the yellow need some kind of detail? You could add like some weathering on the bottom, but then that won't tile super well. Here's the question. We could add some lines, I guess, in the reference. It kind of has these like wood panel lines on it. Might add a bit of something to all this negative space. Something like that. Just goes straight through. Might tile nicely. Kind of thinking that's probably going to be too much, but worth a try. Hello, page. Boop. Nice. It's giving grandma. It is definitely giving grandma wallpaper, which ain't too bad. I think this yellow is a bit too dark. Should be like a really subtle line, maybe? So let's just mess with that a little bit. We can highlight the whole thing. Hit G for the paint bucket. Click contiguous off, so that'll affect all of the colors, and then go boop. I'll do all the lines for us. 1, 2. It's not perfectly lined up. Because the middle line is can't be perfectly centered, but that might be okay. Okay, how do I make these look good? That's the question. Maybe we could use a darker color to make like the ridges on the inside of the petals? Don't know how to do this exactly. We could kind of shade it as it goes in. Have like an anti-alias kind of look. How does one draw a flower in pixel art? It might be worth looking up some reference for this specifically. That's not too bad. It has a dark middle bit. And then these are like the petal edges. Would it look whack if we outlined it? Maybe not. Let's see here. It's looking okay. Again, there's a lot of really ugly tiles I was just experimenting with, so feel free to ignore those. Please. Let's do ourselves a favor and look up some pixel art roses. You know, Minecraft's got them. I'm sure they're in Stardew. Pixel art rose. I can see how people do it at a small scale. Yeah, pretty similar to what I'm doing. Oh, this one looks fancy. Put up on the old reference here. Boop. This is a tutorial by Emil, it looks like. Shout out to Emil. Blob, shade, shape, highlight. That is looking beautiful. I don't know if I have quite this much room, because my blobs would be a little smaller, or I could just cheat it and make my flowers a lot bigger on the pattern, because, you know, rules against that. Let's look here for other styles. Nothing wrong in the reference game. Here's another one. It's quite a bit smaller. We could definitely do something like that. Let's see. How does Minecraft do it? Minecraft. Ah, very good. the Minecraft rose is a beautiful thing, ain't it? It's just a blob, which is great. that's definitely very doable. We wanted to do that. A few different versions because the rose has changed over time, so I think that's a good amount of reference. Also, I have the goat Beposa, my mod in chat, has sent me reference for the build we made in Sims, or she made. That's kind of got all the textures I've been wanting. So we'll be looking at those later as well. Add those on the reference board, slap it in there. My mod and my wife as well. Everybody already knows that. Real ones know. Great. That's good. Your most my most important title. Yeah, my mod. My guardian of chat. There's no higher honor. No greater privilege. Okay, so let's highlight this. And then we'll make a copy of it. I don't like it without the outline now. But we'll keep both. We'll keep both. Have you played Hytale? Not yet. I have not, but I was very excited to watch the coverage of that game because I remember the announcement for it years and years and years and years ago, like 10 years ago or whatever, and I was calling it Minecraft 2. I was like, are you guys excited for Minecraft 2? For anyone who doesn't know, Hytale is an independent game made by the Hypixel community, which is like a Minecraft multiplayer server situation. It's like one of the biggest ones, or maybe the biggest one. And then they made it their own game. And then it went dark for a long time, and nobody knew what happened to it. And then they came back, and the owner like repurchased the rights or something. Very loose recollection. And now it's out. And yeah, the art style is amazing, and the animations are incredible. It's using a lot of tools they use to mod Minecraft, so you get like all those custom mobs that go hard, so to say. Yeah, the pixel artists they got on that team are incredible. I think I follow a few of them on Twitter. The Twitter website, RIP. RIP Twitter bird. But yeah, their voxel art is incredible. Okay, so let's see here. We're definitely going to need a highlight as well. Looking at all this reference, everyone is communicating the petals using a highlight, and I think that's working immediately right away. Just making it pop a little bit so that it looks like it has some different levels. You got the shadow, you got the neutral tone, and then you got these little bright spots where the flower sticks out. Little did you know this was actually going to be a flower stream, flower drawing stream, not a wallpaper stream at all. I'm just watching to see where I should use this very, very dark red, or if I should just save it for like the middle, because we could line like the bottom of it or whatever, which does like lift it off the page, so to say. But we also don't want it to stick out too much, because this will be wallpaper and we don't want it to be super noisy, so that is something to consider as this evil Paper Mario music plays. We'll grab a dark green as well. That'll be useful. Showing that this kind of whirls and twists its way down using this darker green. Something like that, maybe. Okay, so this rose is kind of coming together now. Let's take another look. Do we want to add thorns? We can look at this other art. Doesn't really have any thorns on it, so it's kind of dealer's choice. This one doesn't either. This rose in the reference. So what would that look like? Oh, banger track is on. I'm set for this one. Chiptroid says, Castle Black intermission spotted. That's exactly right. There's nothing I love more than an intermission. You can... A little giveaway right now. You can bet my RPG project Woodsy has many intermissions planned. Because we stand super. We do! We love super paper. It's so easily replayable is what I always say. So easy to just pick up and start jumping around. But yeah, the intermission segments are so much fun to see what the bad guys are up to. So it's definitely an inspiration of mine. Does it need even one more step of brightness here? So we could really like highlight little juicy bits. Forgive my language for this. I think it looks cool. Just gonna depend what it looks like when it tiles, right? Because take a little look at it again. Marquee tool. Command B for brush. Oop, go over here. Drop it. So these are the characters. Obviously, it's not going to be down to the floor as well because it's wallpaper, not floor tile. I think it's got a pretty good vibe. I like how it kind of wraps around itself. Biposa says love in chat. Thank you, Biposa. Thank you. I just realized this doesn't connect to anything, but maybe that's okay. Or I could link it up so that it's part of the vine. But those are the kind of things you don't really notice because it's at the bottom. I'm like, oh yeah, it'll link up to the top. And then you start tiling it and it's like, oh man, that's just out there. So always good to check. Always good to check. So let's delete this. Bop. Whoops. Another thing we could do is add some like dark spots to the line as if it's like a little bit inconsistent. Maybe. We'll see. That might be too much. Let's see. I like how it makes it look a little bit more wallpapery. But maybe that yellow is just a little too dark. So we can just step that down a little bit. Highlight it. Boop. Paint bucket. Boop. There we go. Okay, is there anything else I should grab from these other flowers before I move on? Could add another ridge, or just shade off the bottom. Ooh, I kind of like that. Just what we'll do, we'll marquee it. Whoops. Marquee it. Bazinga. And then we'll just Command Z it. Go back to what we had. New frame. Once again, I am a sinner who only uses one layer, so maybe don't be like me. But this way, we can go back and forth and compare the two. I like this one because it makes it look like the flower's like kind of facing us and leaning over. It's got that like shadow spot down there. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure what this track is. Paper Mario, but I don't recognize it right now. Oh. It's a Palace of Shadowy, but I don't quite recognize it at the minute. Okay. Yeah, it does have that TTYD flavor with those that like drum beat kind of thing, but I'm not. Oh, is it Cortez's ship maybe before you go into the captain's quarters? Yeah, it is ghostly. I think you might be onto something there. Okay, I need to move on from this one flower. I do love taking one pixel and slowly going around to see where I can add more detail. It's an obsession of mine. I need to move on, but wait, what if I put one more pixel there, huh? Still plays Pirates Grotto in that area? Yeah, I can't recall. Or like the music cuts when you go in that one room. Or it's just Pyro Grotto. Probably right. You're probably right. Okay, that looks good. So, do we need a green that's in between those? Because we have like a really dark one and then a not so dark one. Oh, snap. It's when you thought Super was done. The playlist said, again. We're about to break it down. Final boss of pixel art. Oh no, the music cut out. No, this is a oh, there you go. I need to turn it up. Everyone's got to hear that. Okay, like I was saying, I love when VLC disconnects. Final boss of pixel art be like. Okay, let's put some highlight. Boom, boom, boom. Highlight. Boom, 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 boom. Highlight. Bam, 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 bam. Nintendo music to be productive too. Bam, bam, bam. Actually, might look okay, but okay, let's go back. I don't know why I have my like playlist going through VLC, but OBS really likes to disconnect from it often, which is not my favorite because then I'm just sitting here in silence, and that's not as much fun. Okay, diddly. So, Tiger Green. Let's get under these leaves here, and we'll start making like little ridges and edges and things. And again, my eyes are mostly over here at this little tiny zoomed out version, because when you're zoomed in, this kind of doesn't make any sense, doesn't read like anything. That's a lot easier to watch over here. Okay. So now I have to do that again. Whatever I did over there, do it again. So a really dark core with a flower. Final boss of pixel art be like. And then kind of like these being really bright highlights, just as they are. So we'll do that. Just add some red next to them. Maybe red is better. Yeah, that's looking cool. It's very strange that it disconnects. I wonder if it's an OBS issue or VLC. I have no idea, because it's a really easy fix. I just need to double click on my audio source capture, and then it's just like, oh snap, you wanted to keep playing the music? I'm like, yeah, man. I have no idea why it loses like the whole thing at random intervals. I have no idea. Maybe I'm being a silly Billy. Okay, does this flower need as much detail as the second one? Maybe this can be like the focal point, and this other one can just be like a little less details. So what I'm doing now is something I was talking about last stream, where I don't know if this has a term, but like my favorite method for pixel art is just grabbing a color and just going over each square one by one and watching how it affects like the image. Because sometimes you'll find placements that when you're zoomed in don't make any sense. But like, for example, right here, if I put that here, it kind of makes it break apart this section like there's a line there all of a sudden, which I may have not thought to do. So what I like to do is just grab a color and just kind of watch what happens when I mouse over it. Like if I grab the highlight, let's just see what happens. That looks good there. Ooh, taking notes. Pixel art tips and tricks from Chiptroid, even though I'm kind of just making it up as well. Okay, this is just what I like to do, and might not be the proper way, like my one layer strategy, but I'm glad someone can get something out of watching me do my thing. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I still feel like this green might be too dark. Compared to the other one, but maybe not. When it's zoomed out, it's not too noticeable. Maybe it's just the fact that I have it like so interspersed, like going. Going back and forth between light and dark. I don't know. We'll try that. Let's try that. And we'll work our way up the pattern. If you're just joining us, once again, I'm working on my... What's this? Oh yeah, I'm working on my cozy little horror game where you run around and look for ghosts. But in order to do that, I have to build the house that all the ghosts will be inside, which means I need to build all the tiles that will exist within, such as the wallpaper and the floor tile and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing. We're working on shim wallpaper. Super Mario 64 sound font begins. Okay. So another flower on the way here. We're gonna do the same thing. Give it some bright spots, give it like a dark core in the middle. This one's a lot. Let's look at our other reference for where we got this kind of shape from. I really got to get in the mood to play PM64 soon. Yeah. I always find the prologue is a little bit tricky to get into because you don't have any of your cool moves. You don't have Watt or Sushi or any of that. But once you're like mid-game PM64, man, that thing is so fun. I would love to watch Chiptroid play Paper Mario 64. I would be watching, for the record. Chiptroid plays. Coming soon. This flower's kind of an awkward shape off to the way I drew it. It's kind of like squished over. But groups of 3 usually look good in an interior design, so maybe that's worth trying to keep him here. He bumps into the other one, but maybe we could separate that with like the really dark red. I need to go back to my other rose reference just so I know kind of what I'm doing. more hype music plays. I want to start doing gaming streams, and that's what the Discord vote was. Paper Mario was for Paper Mario, so I reckon I'm going through all the games in the series in order. That would be really cool to watch. I kind of did that for TTYD Remake. I was finishing up Bug Fables at the time, and then I'm like, well, since I finished Bug Fables, I might as well go through all the other games. And then I did 64 original TTYD and Super, and then I did play some Sticker Star, but I didn't get very far, and then I just started playing the new one, the remake. So it is a fun challenge. It is a fun challenge. I've heard very good things about Bug Fables. Oh yeah, you've never hopped into the Bug Fables verse there? It's really good. It's there's things about it that scratch the Paper Mario itch, and some things that don't. I'm not a huge fan of some of the visuals, but overall it is super duper cute and definitely worth getting into. Oh snap, Ghost Studios 3694. Welcome in, welcome. You made it, you're here. You're just joining us. We're drawing some tile sets for my cute, cozy horror game, which sounds like an oxymoron, but I trust that cute horror is possible. Cozy horror is possible in my heart, so we're gonna try. But I gotta draw the wallpaper first. So we're drawing this Grandma Rose wallpaper right now, and I think we've definitely found the desired vibe. Speaking of cute horror, we just dropped into some Paper Mario spooky music on the playlist. Yeah, I'm liking how that's looking. Add some shading to the bottom of this vine-looking thing. All Bowser Rock intensifies. Does that pedal look or does that vine piece look too weird reaching out like that? Maybe. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. I am currently multi-streaming to both platforms, and YouTube has given me a heck of a lot more trouble than Twitch, but I really wanted to do it, so here we are. Doing it. Okay, how do I shade this big old leaf? Looking on the reference here, I added a really bright spot to it, which we could try. Big leaves. Gonna dip out some more to do some more side quests, so back to lurk mode will hopefully return soon. All good, man. Thanks for being here. Enjoy more side quests. I know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta do a bunch of stuff all at the same time. But yeah, have fun. Enjoy. Thank you for lurking. Thank you all lurkers. I know I have some way to check who exactly those are, but I'm new here, so I don't exactly know how to see the list of lurkers, so you're safe from me, from the mod's eyes. I have no idea. Another banger track has hit the playlist. We're turning this up. This one's going up. There we go. I'm not sure what to do with this leaf. TBH. Mod? Bposa says mod? What'd I say? I was just saying I don't know how to look at the lurker list. I know it's a thing on Twitch that the streamer can do, but I don't know. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this leaf. Every time I try and add shading, it feels like it's too much. Maybe it doesn't need it. Or I could shade like the bottom part as if it's like curled over on itself. Maybe. Maybe we just do like the little edge bit. Tippy tip. We'll see. Okay, so let's see here. Got a few more loose petals, which I'm not exactly sure what to do with, but could add just some different tones here, some bright spots. Best boss battle theme ever just hit the playlist. Get extremely hyped. Add a bunch of shading under this rose up here. We have lots of jaggies going on, which is the spot where you get these double lines. And usually I like those, but I think it's better without, just so it looks a little more flowy. Double pixel there. So since it's going to tile, the bottom's going to connect to the top. So I've added shading on this left side, so maybe I should add it there as well. Is kind of the thought, but we'll have to test it and see. We'll add underneath that. Make it curl down, just the extra flavor. Add some more loose bits. Okay, so we'll take the cues we've learned from before. We'll add like a dark core to this flower. And then these light bits that we left can turn into highlights. Like this. And just kind of working our way through and design exactly where the ridges of all the petals are. Not exactly liking how that looks, so let's walk it back a little bit. Also, do a new frame so we can see how far we've gotten. This is the current before and after. It's really coming together, I think. Really happy with that so far. And I like this yellow. I still wonder if it needs just like some little specks around, just so it's not so perfect and clean. But maybe, I guess they wouldn't be called specks, they'd be called clusters because pixel art. Get some clusters going. Drop your favorite cluster shape in the comments below. I'm a big fan of the Staircase W. Controversial take, everyone says this one's trash, but I love it. Boop. Jaggies? Never heard of it. I'm a fan. Incorporate them on purpose. Okay. I don't know if that's actually gonna look too good at the end of the day, but we'll try it out. Oh, we can add some like, almost like the wallpaper's tearing a little bit by, expanding the, I don't know what you would call this, the wallpaper lines. Make the wallpaper lines messier. That kind of makes it look like it's healing a bit at like the seams. Seam lines, maybe you'd call that. Sure, maybe like this. We'll see how that looks. Might be too much. Move this one down a little. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Looks like a Robo Bowser fight. Let's hit the playlist. Let's see here. Let's see here. We want to switch up the tunes a little bit. Let's hit it. Boop. Ah, yeah. Hopefully that's a good volume and not too butt blastingly loud. Let me know. Let me know. Okay. Change up the music. Nice. Nice in chat. I feel like the highlight is maybe worth adding to the green, because that kind of gives it a little more going on than just the flat leaf. We'll see if it's too much though. But let's just pepper it in for now. Add some little bright spots. There we go. Like that. The magic number 3. I swear, especially for video game development, like you have three tones, 3 sound effects for every like action in a video game, 3 other things probably. Something about the human brain really likes. As soon as there's 3, there's enough variety. When it's like 2, your brain can tell like, oh, it's going back and forth between these 2 sounds. But the second you have like 3 different kinds of footsteps, the brain is like, whoa, there's so many footsteps. I can't even recognize them all right now. So, 3 tones, worth having, I think. This flower's looking a little too, like, perfect almost. Like it's got this centered thing right in the middle. And nature is not usually so perfect, so maybe we move it over? Perfect in its own way, perhaps. It also means it's usually like a little lopsided. Add some bright bits. Oh, my second ever spam bot on Twitch. Thanks for being here, spam bot. Send this man to the principal's office immediately. Banned forever. Excellent. I'm becoming a real streamer. I'm getting my own spam bots. I'm making it in the world. This highlight feels wrong. Quick. Oh yeah. Keeping my eyes glued on that chat. Don't want to miss anything. This one's fighting me a little bit. It needs like a dark spot like that on the bottom. Now I'm looking at my other flowers more than I am the reference. It's just kind of what happens. Keep it all consistent looking. Maybe a bright spot at the bottom. The other ones have had bright spots on the side and at the top, so differentiate this one by putting the specular highlight at the bottom, perhaps. Man talks into microphone about moving squares 1 pixel at a time for its amount of hours. What I do? This is how I do it. How we do? That's looking pretty good. Not as good as the other ones, but you know what? I think we've done 3 good ones, so if we have 1 subpar good one, maybe that's okay. Move it over just so it's not touching the edge there. It's easier to see a little bit. I like that, putting this dark pixel on the very edge. Kind of looks like it has like a little petal that's like separated, peeling off a little bit. What else? What else? What else? Anything else we can do to it to jazz it up? Need a highlight on the top. Yeah, it's not too bad. Using my wandering pixel method to just take one color and walk it around and see how it affects the old sprite there. That looks good right there. Makes it look like it's more twisty, twirly. in my eyes. And, does it need that? Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, sure. Let's do that. It doesn't have to be quite as bright as the other ones. Okay, great. I'm wondering if we should have more of these like loose petals in the design as well, just because it's only in one spot. Maybe it's fine that way. Break it down. Kind of like them there. Doesn't have to be the exact same shape. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's go back to our other reference. Kind of feeling one more big swoopy. One more big swoopy petal here. Not petal, like a vine bit. More swoopy vine bit for you. That's looking okay. Something like that. Once again, shout out to this artist, old James Hopper? Hopefully I didn't butcher that too bad. This art is incredible. Incredible. This one too. This is from the same guy. I am inspired. Got that cute, spooky vibe I would love to capture for this project. Looks good. I made like a mustache shape. Sideways mustache. Okay. Now, bring the highlight up because we don't have any highlights on the top yet. Don Featherstar, welcome in, Don. Good to see you. Turns out I don't need a Twitch account to enjoy your stream. That's right. We're multi-streaming. Took a lot of work to set up, and I almost had a cry, but we're multi-streaming, and it's working. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. We are making tile sets for my cute, spooky game. This is the main character. Whoa. This is what the game looks like right now. Whoa. This is what the game looks like. I don't like the tiles. It looks kind of ugly. The floorboard is kind of plain. So, we're making new wallpaper, new floorboards, all that good stuff. Maybe we can make it squigglier. And we'll see how that looks when it tiles. I'm just going around to see if there's any more detail I can add anywhere else. Would kind of bring it home. That looks pretty good. Okay. All right, chat. My music has disconnected again. Rip. There we go. Cozy vibes are back. Cozy vibes have returned. Okay. Okay, chat. Big moment. Here it comes. Whoa, cute. My friends are going to love your game because they're big RPG fans, especially when they're in the pixel art style. Thank you very much. I am working on my RPG, Woodsy Whatnots, but in the meantime, I wanted to get out a game so that I have like a game on a shelf and I can be a certified game developer, and that's what a lot of people recommend, to learn exactly like how Steam works when selling something. So yeah, doing this small project so that I gain the knowledge, so when Woodsy is ready, I'll know how to do it, how to get all the languages, all the achievements, all the yada yada that a Steam game needs. So yeah, so this one's gonna be a cute little horror, little spot the difference kind of situation. But stay tuned, RPG coming. Anyway, big reveal. So what I'm gonna do is hit M, in Aseprite. So we get the marquee. We'll highlight the whole thing. We'll hit Command C to copy it. And then we can just hit the paint bucket with G. And it didn't work at all. So do that again, copy it. Copy. G. Why is that not working? How bizarre. Hello? Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, and then so we turned it into a brush so that we can paint with it. Then we can hit G and paint bucket. So, how's this looking? Imagine there's a floor here and this is wallpaper. That's pretty cool. It's also very visually loud, which is okay because, again, looking at my reference, I'm using the Home Alone house. I have like 1,000 pictures of the Home Alone house. And where's this one? This is kind of the vibe I'm going. This ugly kind of look. All this flower pattern. So I think it is kind of achieving that. But maybe if I just like tone down the red and the yellow a little bit, that'll be easier on the eyes a titch. So one way we could easily do that, let's make a new frame. I think these bits are a little too much. We'll clean it up a little bit. I was trying to dirty it up just to see what that would look like, but it's not too bad. Maybe just a bit too dirty. There. Okay, one thing we can easily do is, oh, also, let's look at the before and after. So this is when stream started. It was looking mad ugly, and then trust the process kicked in, and bazam. Yeah. That's much improved. So we can grab this yellow, and then in the bottom corner down here, my cool arrow. Bottom corner down here, we can turn the opacity down and just draw over top of it so that it kind of fades the whole thing. Bam. Fade it again. Oh, actually, there, needs to be solid. Okay, there. So we fade it. We fade it. That might be too much, but it's also kind of got a cool look to it. What do we think, chat? Let's just see what happens when it's super faded, and then we can walk it back. Grab these dark bits. Your way of drawing roses in pixel art looks gorgeous. Thank you, Dodd. I appreciate that. I just learned how to do it tonight, basically. We were struggling for maybe a good 30 minutes, and then I pulled up the magical tool that is Reference, Minecraft Rose, this tutorial, and then I'm like, oh, wait a sec. You make these little ridges with the darker color, you got the highlights, get a bit of pop, and that's kind of what happened with our roses. But thank you very much. I do like them quite a bit. Okay, so now that we faded them, we're going to add in these dark lines again, because I don't want to... that might be too much, but let's try it. Don't want to lose these, is what I was saying, so it still looks like wallpaper. That definitely looks like too much, but give it a try. Highlight, marquee tool, Command B, brush tool. Delete all that. Bucket, bam. Ooh, that looks good. I like that. Oh, that looks like real, genuine wallpaper right there. The line's a little too dark, but I really, 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 really like that. Okay. Sweet. Friggin' sweet, dude. Let's just make this a little less dark so that it sticks out a little less. Mario Party 8 music plays, I believe, if my brain recalls correctly. We'll add these little lines in interspersed. Ahaha, I can relate. One time I had to outright give up a piece because I rested on character design pretty badly. It was until a long break when I had a eureka moment. Absolutely. Every time I stop drawing character sprites and I do like items or UI, I'm like, I'm cooked. I've lost it. I can never draw a character ever again. But it always comes back eventually. And that eureka moment is hella satisfying when it finally gets around to making an appearance. So I totally relate. Totally relate to you, Don, there. There we go. It's adding like a bit of spacing in between just to try and make it look like a little inconsistent, maybe. What this looks like, bam. Oh, is it just me or is that freaking awesome looking? It's so cool. It looks like wallpaper. Turns out it just needed to be faded a little bit. All right, great. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Is there anything else I would change while I'm here? It's the question I always ask myself. Is it crazy to say add another? I saw a very cool technique used by professional artists in an art book I owned. It really saved the piece and I'm proud of it. Learning from the best is the best. Absolutely. What art book was it, I wonder? That sounds really cool. Something about character design? That's super neato. Feel free to share any kind of characters you want in the Discord. I love seeing people's characters and commissions and all that good stuff. Maybe lighten it up between here a little bit. And maybe add some like little spots. Add those little imperfections back. Ever so subtly. That's so... Can't even hardly see that, but there is like a little spot here that's darker. Alright, yeah. I don't think there's anything else I would change about that right now. Going through to see... Ooh, I like that. Having another little spiky bit there. Maybe little spiky bits. I feel like this is kind of an awkward corner, maybe a little bit. Or I'm just seeing things and making things up, but... Like that. Just taking my old pixel brush here and exploring to see what kind of shapes it makes. Yeah, maybe that's good as is. The books are Blue Archive official artworks. I don't know which volume where I had the eureka moment, but I think it was volume 2 where I figured it out. That's awesome. Found the secret in a book? Gain knowledge from a book? That's freaking sweet. That is using all the tools available to you. Sometimes you get inspiration from the craziest places. It just hits you. And it all comes together. All right, so this is the raw wallpaper, and this is it faded, which usually I would draw more like this, but this looks really nice when it's tiling. So I think this one's done. Done like dinner. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Looks good. POV, you're walking around in a video game. Whoa. Cool. Alrighty, chat. I've been going for, how long? 1 hour 40. So I'm gonna do a stretch break. Encourage everyone to stand and put their hands up and do a little spin, but not too fast. And BRB. Thank you, BRB. Thank you. Enjoy my pixel art. Whee! Hello! Sorry, I was talking to a muted microphone. Hello, chat. We got 5 people chilling in here. Welcome, welcome, everybody. If you're just joining us, I am Chiptroid. I am a amateur pixel artist in training, trying to figure out this whole indie game thing, working on 2 games, Newer Puff 4747. Hello, welcome in. I got 2 game projects, working on an RPG and working on a small, cozy, cute horror game, which is what we've been working on tonight. Hype, welcome. Hello, Shortcake. Hype, thanks for being here. Earlier, we drew this bad boy, which is going to be a wallpaper for our spooky game. I'll give you guys another look at, boom, that's not the main character, that's the main character. This page right here, I have lots of animations. There's another character, whoa, sneak peek, whoa, going quick for no spoilers. Welcome back, thank you. I also just realized, YouTube chat has not been showing up on screen, unfortunately. It should show both, but just know for you on YouTube, I am getting both messages. It's just not showing up right now, unfortunately. So anyway, like I was saying, we have made some wallpaper tonight, and it's really come together. I'm super duper happy with what we got so far. I faded it a little bit from the original that we had just earlier because it was a bit loud. But as is, I am absolutely loving the grandma vibes, grandma aesthetic, Home Alone screen capture vibes. There it is. Home Alone, my muse. So, what do we want to work on next? It looks super pretty so far. Thank you very much. Currently, the game looks a little something like this. Which I can pull up. Which looks okay. The hook of the game is you walk around this house and you spot ghosts. So, like, all of these items have a possessed state, and you go around and you click on them and you say, "Go away, ghost. No more." And it fixes it, and then you just have to survive the night, etc., etc. But I feel like we could up the quality on some of these tiles, like the floorboard. And this wall is looking okay. I might keep it. But that's what we've been doing. So, got a few more references here we could get into. There's this one. It's kind of like a orange stone tile that is inspired by the Home Alone kitchen, if I can find it. Strangely enough, has like an orange tile, which I found quite unique for the kitchen. So we might want to lift that as a design inspo. These are all patterns from The Sims, which kind of give the intended look. This would probably be pretty easy. We have one that's kind of like this already. This one I kind of made already as well. And swap over. A lot of these are really ugly, so ignore some of them, because I'm just experimenting. But this one didn't come out too bad. So what I'm doing is I'm in Aseprite. I hit M to be on the marquee tool. I can hit Command B, and then I can paint with it. And then just switch to the paint bucket tool with G, and bada boom. Bada, oh, that's bizarre. Bada boom. So yeah, so that as a floor tile looks okay. Has like a bit of shine on it. Not too bad, and that's kind of, as you can see in the reference board there, that's kind of the intended vibe. So there's also these wallpapers I made. Let's go back to our board here. We could try doing this stone tile, but I get the feeling it's going to be trickier than it looks. What else we got? There's this red wallpaper right here with kind of like a creepy face in it, almost. Stripes, which I like. This is a cool pattern we could recreate in pixel art, kind of like a, almost like a star kind of situation. Red stripes, newspaper, and kind of like a, crazy pattern there itself. Stripes, brick wall, okay. Kind of feeling, let's try this one first. This very simple green paneling. And then if that goes well, then awesome. And if it don't, then we can try a different one. So these are all very ugly ones, but ignore that. Just look at the good one we made earlier. Ah, so pretty. So pretty. Just where we started. Ugly. An hour later, pretty. So. Okay. We're back. We're in it. Get rid of this placeholder one. Start with a dark green. It's like in the reference. Sounds like Yoshi's Island is here to soothe us with its melody. Okay, so add line down the middle. I don't know if I want to add this bottom paneling or not. Probably wouldn't be too hard to add. Get rid of this yellow or this pink arrow that was placeholder. Could do something like this. Move my preview window so I can see what we're actually doing. Oops. Yeah, okay. It has this like this white theme on it almost. I'm not sure if I want or not. Let's save the bottom part for later. If we decide we do want it. I'm just gonna drag it over here. Ignore that. Banish him to the outer canvas. Okay, so let's see what we can do in this little space. Shape is kind of like this. Yeah, and we'll just basically do that on top. How far away is this? 1, 2, 3 pixels. 1, 2, 3. Great. Banjo strumming intensifies on the music playlist. That's kind of the right general shape already. I think we want an even darker green, which we can steal from this wallpaper I drew earlier. And we can use that as the little layers that are inside the shape. Not sure if I like that or not yet. We'll see, we'll see. Not loving it so far, but that could change. Maybe we want to do something like this. I'm just kind of experimenting because I'm not super familiar with drawing tile sets in general. I've done a bunch, but I still don't have like a good grasp on it, I think. It's been eluding me. We can actually just use the same color. It's like a detail spot instead. I like that. It's a cool shape. Let's do a new frame so that we can always go back if something goes horribly wrong. That's a nice shape. I'm a fan of that. Maybe that dark green is still worth having, though. Ugly wallpaper. Look away. Ugly. Ew, ugly. Ew. Okay, let's see. I was kind of thinking it could be like an inside seam like that, but the color is so dark it's almost black. It might just be a hair too far. This also has a seam kind of on the inside on the reference. The pattern kind of sinks in a little bit. Let's see, what happens if we do this and round it off? What does that look like? Looks okay. Something about it I don't love, though. See what it looks like if we outline it with the middle tone. Also known as pillow shading, which is a big no-no, but sometimes you just gotta explore to see what you're missing. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where to go with this. Wind it back, I like what we had before. Also get rid of the same pattern on the bottom. I want to do more like that. Let's take a look to see how this is going to tile so far. Because you never really know what something's going to look like until you see it. Okay. Not my favorite so far. These are the characters from said cozy spooky game I'm working on. For reference. Maybe it's not worth having this be a double tile, and we can just take wind it back a little bit. Just take the part we actually like and put it in the middle, and then square it up like so. Maybe it could use like a shade on the bottom to show there's like a shadow underneath, or up top even. Let's try that. Another trust the process moment where it's gonna look ugly for a while until it doesn't. Just start scribbling in here. add some like little details so it's not just a solid color. Looks kind of cool. Maybe we also just want to make this, whoops. Make this longer. Maybe, who knows? Who knows? Just remember when I did the really cool one that looked really good. Remember that. In fact, let's look at it again. Just for anyone who didn't see. Ah, beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, but that was then and this is now. Not quite sure how I want it to look. While I'm at it, just make a copy of this in case we ever do want the super bright one. Okay. Ah, RIP music player. It died. There we go. It's back. It's just supposed to look like a creepy panel kind of thing, but I think it's a color issue right now where this bright green is not sticking out rather enough from this medium green. But this feels way too dark. Maybe I'm simply just tripping. We can go in here, see if this is... Oh, okay, well that's not exactly tiling how I imagined it, but yeah, I don't think that's too dark actually. Maybe I was wrong. Horribly wrong. Okay, so... that's the one I liked, so I'm just copying and pasting it. Recreate that. Get rid of you. What would it look like if we did like something like this and like a bright edge? I don't know if we want to bring that spidery kind of pattern we had back. That looks like a little face. It's a horror game, so it should be an evil face. Oh, evil face. That's this. Not bad. Another Nintendo classic has hit the playlist. I know some people in chat are a big fan of this one. Okay. Let's see how that's gonna a little bit better. Giving a creepy hotel a little bit. Maybe... yeah, certain wallpaper patterns I have a harder time with than others. Like that. You know what? I'm looking at the original again. It's got this like circle shape on the bottom that we kind of half have, but not fully. Maybe I should try and recreate that. Looks pretty good. Copy and paste that. I want to keep this this little bit though. I think that looks cool. Okay. I still wonder if the middle of it is too boring. Add some like shadow edge to the bottom, maybe inside. I have no idea. Maybe. Okay, let's see how this looks, everybody. Bam. Better. It's looking a bit like Minecraft seaweed, but imagine there's a floor here. It's not too bad. I don't think the shading is helping it very much, though. Let's go back. Let's undo some of that. Do a new frame. Let's see. Maybe try shifting your hue. Really could. Do you mean... go bluer instead of blacker. Yeah, we could try that. Add blue to the shadow. Usually a big fan of purple shadows and blue shadows. Yeah, maybe something like that. See what happens when we... Maybe I'm not shading enough. Maybe it needs to be really dark in certain spots. Who knows? Definitely making it pop out a bit more. Yeah. Just looking for it to look kind of interesting without being too distracting, etc., etc. See what that looks like. We could also add like a bright spot here. I don't know, just kind of going loosey-goosey now. Bad. Let's see how it tiles. And I have no shame in abandoning this one if it's just not going. We can try a different pattern. Yeah, that's really tiling quite ugly now. I don't know. I don't know about this one. Just... Yeah, I definitely feel like it's a hue issue. I feel like the colors are, move the middle line and lighten the dark color a bit. Like at the back here. Leave like the shadow somewhere. I have no idea. Yeah, this one maybe just not going right now. That's okay. That is not as bad as it was. Whoops. Deselect. Use a square. That looks like a little guy with a belly button. This is his face. Your belly button. Let's see, maybe this middle element is just not... You may need the panel to stretch 2 tiles to mimic the effect, like a top and bottom half. Yeah, it is repeating too often. I think you're right. Yeah, it's one of those things where it becomes a completely different shape and look the second it starts tiling. One of those things. Don't know about this one, don't know about this one. Maybe we'll have to come back to this. I'll leave it like that for now. Just not quite feeling that. Let's see. I do really want to make some sort of flower pattern like this. I like it as a striped look. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Like just straight up a stripey. Just big old rectangle like that. We'll bring back that same pattern we had before, just add something. Or maybe I'm crazy and maybe this is too much. Sometimes you just gotta try it out to see. I'm thinking that's gonna be way too much. Try that. Boop. Boop, boop. It's not a bad stripe. This isn't. These 2 pixels aren't really helping. Probably way too bright. Less is more with backgrounds since you don't want to pull too much focus. Yeah, absolutely. Especially with this one that was so loud that it was worth dimming. Might be a similar thing here. We could use a brighter color and then dim it after as well. Don't want it to be too much. Backgrounds are definitely a weak spot for me because I just don't quite have the developed the eye for it yet. It either looks like nothing or it looks way too loud. But just how it goes. What am I gotta learn? Just see how this kind of thing looks. Maybe just mirror the top and the bottom as well. I feel that background still haunt me. That they always will. They always will. Yeah, it's not bad. Makes character. What team are you? Puts funny shape behind character. Team random color splotch behind character, or team actually draws intricate background. Because I am definitely not the third one. It's looking okay. Not a bad stripe. It's kind of giving like a, I don't know, sinister Art Deco. Is that the right term? Like Green Goblin interior design. Now I'm just getting funky with it. Now I'm just doing whatever. I'll add a big diamond shape to it. That might look horrendous. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe I am just overcomplicating it from where we started. That just makes it a simple line pattern kind of thing. And we could use the green on the inside and blue on the outside. Looks okay. I'm for sure team color splotch. Yeah, it's a reliable little technique. Draw a character, then like splooch. Here they are standing in front of a big color drop. You could do a floral strip down the middle if you want more detail. Yeah, I do really like the florals. I have a couple that are kind of similar to that. But maybe having plain as well, just as an option, is good. I do love the floral look though. It's definitely grandma vibes, which this house should have. Evil grandma vibes, that is. Ha ha ha, because it's haunted. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Yeah, it's something. It's something. Not too bad. An option. I don't know, I can't quite picture where it would go. Add some evil decals. Whoa. Sinister scribbles. Ah, now I'm just scribbling. Doesn't fight the characters as much. Absolutely. Yeah, it's not bad by any sense, I think. A little plain, but again, that's good to have as an option. Not every wall needs to be a main character, essentially. It kind of looks like a film strip almost now. Yep. Like that. Like this. Ah. Yeah, it's not too bad. POV, you are a character. Beep up, beep up, beep up, beep up. Not too bad at all. Sorry, my mouse go crazy. Mouse is going crazy. Not too bad. pair it with my evil purple brick down here, and then it'd look like a Joker layer. Whoa, whoops. Okay. And I do, nope, I'm on the wrong layer, that's why. Hold for funny. There we go. Whoa, I'm in the Joker layer. Whoa. It's not bad. Kind of gives like a Haunted Mansion vibe, which is on my board as well. Somewhere. Haunted Mansion vibes. Yeah, I think that's okay. And the most evil part is I don't think the spacing is consistent, or maybe it is. Let's see. This is 11 pixels away. This is 10. 7. Yeah, so there's like a 1 pixel difference, but it's not the biggest deal. Just because it's doesn't have a center pixel, which is okay. Yeah, not bad. Alright, let's leave that. I think that's okay. Not quite this look, but it is okay. Alright, one more thing. What happens if I widen it now? Go like this, go like this, go like this. Now it's more of a even stripe. I kind of like that more personally. Yeah, not too bad. Thank you to all my 5 chatters on Twitch. Oh, and I didn't even shout it out, but thank you for the follow. Shortcake, thank you very much. Get into our follower goal shortly. No doubt. Great. I like it. Simple. Not too much now. I like it. I like it. And we'll worry about this some other time. My lurking must end as it's time for bed. GN. Journoid. GN. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your sleep. Dream of angels and demons. Whoa. Maybe not demons, maybe just angels. Angels up and down. Cross your body, as they say. GN. Alright. I think maybe we'll do one more here. Because that green one was kind of just a whatever pattern. Just a plain one. This right here. These ugly florals. Something I need. Home Alone screenshot. That's how I do it. I think we can make this pretty easily. The hardest part is going to be getting a good color tone as a base, because as you can see here, I kind of color picked from the reference, and it's very muddy. So I kind of have it started already. I made a super rough one. This is definitely a place we can start from. You're wondering what this ugly thing was. It is a placeholder. Okay, so let's do that. I'll move this up, this, and then Actually, just steal this and put this underneath. This is kind of what's going on. Over. So compared to our reference, maybe I can steal the yellow since that kind of worked out for the other one. Might be too yellow though. We'll move our little preview window so I can see, because once again, I like actually looking at this while I'm zoomed in and adjusting here. My eyes are actually over here, that I can see what it looks like all the way zoomed out. Yeah, I don't know about this base color. We could try a brown or something. Or we could brighten up what, like this ugly beige. Maybe. Seriously considering designing a beige wallpaper, but that's kind of what this is given. Yeah. See how repulsive this looks and then kind of adjust as we go. Some shadows to this. I'm interpreting it as some sort of like berry bush or something. I think it's just like a bit of flower, but to me, I look at that and I say, that should be berries. That should be berries right there. Let's change the hue of the shadow a little bit so that's not just exactly the same color. Have to see about that. Maybe these can be a little more wild as well. Then the reference just kind of... I almost feel like I'm pixel art Bob Ross. I'm just kind of feeling it out, seeing where the pixels take me. Couple happy little pixels right here. Yeah, I like that kind of pattern. See if it looks too nasty with shading under everything. Might be... This stream has major ASMR vibes. I guess so. I guess that is kind of what I'm doing. I've never indulged in the ASMR community, but I guess it is something like this. You could put the mouse up to the mic and you could hear the soft clicking of... I don't know if that's coming through at all, but I'm clicking my mouse in the microphone. ASMR. Pixel artist softly clicks squares for 2 hours. Beats to chill out and passes out. Hey, if you want to fall asleep and leave the stream running, that's fine by me. I think I can say that. I think I can tell people to do that. I'm not sure if that's against the terms of service. They probably do want active watchers, but hey, if you have a little snooze, I'm not gonna snitch. Okay, so I like this double berry look. Got this little bush here has a branch, like a double berry situation. RIP music player, it died. All right, we back. RIP music player. Okay. We know if the volume is good, we can always crank it up or crank it down. Maybe I'll crank it up a little. Maybe just a little bit. Sleepy, but also way too invested in this wallpaper to actually fall asleep. Thank you, I'm invested too. I get started on one of these little tiles and I'm like, this is my whole night now. You can find me right here. I'm gonna change the playlist. This one's very sleepy, so maybe we'll throw on a little bit of, hold on, a little bit of this. Yeah. We're back. Sleepiness no more. Like, if the stream went on till 1 AM, I'd still be watching. Thank you, Newer Puff. Thank you for still watching. Putting up with me undoing and then redoing the progress I just made and then undoing. I appreciate your patience. Appreciate your viewership. I've definitely worked till 1 AM before. I definitely won't say that I fairly consistently work till 2 or 3 AM. Just absolutely vibing with the pixel art, but not sure if anybody would want to watch that for the entire time. Maybe they would though. Maybe they would. Okay, so up the opacity. Got some almost beachy vibes now. Beach trip vibes. Alright. That's looking pretty old grandma to me. It's looking pretty ugly to me. Looking reference like. Oh, I didn't add any highlights to the actual bush here. We could see about doing that. Yeah, add it to the outer edges maybe, like the branches that stick up. Yeah, maybe something like that. Alright, let's see how that tiles. And we might have to dim it again like we did for the rose one. Ready? Big reveal. I'm gonna stand up for this one. Boop! Did you know I could do that? Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Bazinga. Yes! Yes! Oh, it's so ugly. Oh, that's perfect. Nice. This looks like you're inside a, I don't even know. It's giving like Western to me. It's like a cowboy playhouse kind of situation. Purr. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Beepos in chat. Saying it looks purr. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so repulsive. A house that has wallpaper like this, definitely haunted. Definitely. Ghosts are living there. Wow, and shit. Yeah, that one came together. This green one was fighting me. I think it looks okay now, but when they're ugly, I guess maybe they're a little easier as well. Honestly, I'd pick it for my Stardew house. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. That'd be cute with the Stardew furniture. A little window right here. Look, guys, it's just like Stardew Valley. Wow. Haunted but cute and cozy. Exactly, yes. I'm so glad you say that. Because this is pretty much the vibe. These little guys are gonna be trapped in a house that looks like this. And then there's gonna be like a spooky specter that's like sick ghost, bro. Yeah. Hold on. A little bit rounder. Whoa. Double wide, yeah. That's excellent. Great. I made a little tableau just now. Okay, great. So yeah, that looks good. anything else I can do to this to zhuzh it up? What does it look like if I do that? Just out of curiosity. Out of curiosity. Like that. I don't like that as much now, whatever I did. So, let's undo it. Beep up, beep up. The magic of digital art is I can just say, never mind. Didn't actually mean to do that. Never mind. Could add a stem to this. Again, maybe we're just messing with peak. Maybe it's already peaked. I was just looking at, on the reference here, it's got like a stem that shoots out. Maybe. It goes this way. I think it hurts, but I don't know if it helps. Copy paste that. Yeah, I don't know if it helps. I don't know if it does much. I think maybe just the way it was is good. Yeah, nah. I like this one better. That's fine, that's fine. Good. Yeah, I don't see anything else I would want to change about that. Boop. Let's see what it looks like when it's faded, just to see. So what we're gonna do, what did I do there? I missed a pixel. So I'm gonna hit M from our key. We're gonna command copy, command paste. And then we're going to grab the base color, turn down the opacity, and then just draw over it. The base color, and that kind of just fades it away a little bit. The amount you want to fade it is always in question. Maybe too much. Let's walk it back a little bit. See what that looks like. Just to see. Boop. I'll turn opacity back to 100 so I can actually acquire image, paste image. That's pretty cute. Pretty cute too. The faded look does have a nice vibe to it. Whoa, splashes of non-faded spots. So the difference is... Kinda just looks like I have a blur filter over half of it. Zip, 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 zip. Yeah, I like both. Sorry, I just wanted to see. I like both. The faded kind of has like a it's been here for a while vibe, so I'll keep both. Not sure what I'll end up using. Looks pretty good. Let's move our green tile down here. There we go. So our haul this session has been these bad boys right here. The roses took me a while to figure out how to draw a rose, and then the rest kind of just fell into place a little bit. Do another gander on the mood board. let's see. Oh, I still gotta do floorboards at some point, but that might happen off stream. Because, again, I gotta learn me how to do some of these again. I sort of forgore. Red stripes I already kind of have. I did this one just to see what it would look like. Might be worth fading as well. Oop. Carnival. Creepy carnival vibes. This one's got some like weathering at the bottom though, which is a really cool detail. Thanks, Sims. Super duper neato. Yeah, alrighty. I think I'm happy with that for now. We have a couple tiles. This one's kind of like a brick and a wood floor, but I'm not super happy with this yet, so I'll be working on that. Lots of wallpapers. These wallpapers, which I love that we made tonight. And some other ugly ones that you can have a little sneak peek at here. You want to see this one? This one goes crazy. I'm just showing off. Boop, boop. Look how weird and ugly that looks. Cool, huh? It's like being inside a very evil Christmas present. Love that. Yeah, alrighty. I think I'm happy with that for now. We've been streaming for 2 hours, 46 minutes. If you're just joining us by any chance, I am Chiptroid. I am a pixel artist in training, working on my first game release, which is going to be my small, cozy horror project, where you look around and banish ghosts exploring a house. And then after that, I got an RPG. It's going to be big and beefy. And I'm really excited to share more about it, so stay tuned, subscribe, follow for more. All that good stuff. Thanks for joining in, everybody. Very productive little sesh there. Hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed the Bob Ross pixel art and the ASMR vibes that I accidentally curated. So yeah. I think that's all from me for now. I am going to tune out, and I'll see you next time. Good night, everybody. Follow, like, subscribe. Chip Ross, 10,000 out of 10. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Love y'all. Bye, gamers. Woo! Bye-bye. Woo!